What's up guys, this is Square2448 with a Farming Simulator 2015 Tree Services video, and today we will be using the Dodge 5500 and taking the JCB skid steer today, this one. Let's get it started up and ready for us, and we are going to attempt in making a truckload of firewood. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work out, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I got a lot of requests to use the new shop, but then I got a couple that I liked, and it said keep the old one, that way the shops are different from the mowing to the tree services. So I'm going to keep them different, and we have not that much equipment in this series, so doesn't really need that big of a shop. But I will be trying to find a different shop for this series, which I think would be cool. And I'm gonna be getting a couple of different trailers, I'm thinking, but that way we change it up with the trailers and stuff. And yeah, so we're gonna be going to the forest today, to the camping ground area. Gonna be cutting down one of those trees, and gonna take it in big pieces over to the truck, and then I'm going to cut it into small pieces from there. So I think it's going to be a pretty cool video. And yeah, so oh my god, I did not lock the load. I've been having so much problems with the load lock lately, and it's really frustrating that it does that. But yeah, let's lock the load, that way it doesn't slide off. And yeah, so there's a lot of trees here, but we don't need all of them, we only need one tree. So yeah, and they gave us permission to come and cut a couple down for some firewood. And yeah, so let's cut it down, and then we'll get everything set up, and I'll move the truck then. Yeah, so let's cut it down, that way we know which way it's going to fall. And this chainsaw, I've been having so much problems with it not spawning in, so not sure why that's happening, but yeah. So just cut this tree down. It's falling in the correct direction, which is awesome. And yeah, so if we get a big load of firewood, we'll take it back to the shop, and hopefully we can drive back to the shop without everything trying to like fall out on us. And let's unload the skid steer and then bring the truck over. And wow, the suspension has dropped a little. And when we head back, I will put the weight of the skid steer over the trailer axles instead of on the tongue of the trailer. So let's drive this over. And if you guys want to see a combination of tree services and mowing, please check out my landscaping series that I created. It's multiplayer, so it's pretty cool. We do both cutting trees and mowing, and keep in mind that is a select group of people, so I do not need any more help with those multiplayer videos. But yeah, so what we are going to do is we're going to load these on, and cut them up over the truck, because you can't pick up small tiny pieces. And I'm going to cut these pretty small, so yeah. That was weird. Oh, it moved and then it rejected me for cutting the tree. It's a pretty decent size. I think that would be pretty neat. And I think that for some of these, we'll just drop them, and then we'll cut them inside the bed of the truck. Oh, this is gonna be a pretty cool video, because I actually have not tried this, and a lot of people have asked me to make firewood and stuff. So It's not really the season to be using firewood, but still good to get a stockpile. Why? Okay, here we go. It's giving me such a hard time in finding a spot to cut it at. But it looks like we cut that pretty good. And only taking one tree today. And not the whole thing, just enough that we need. And yeah. So I'm actually going to pick it up a little bit larger than what I usually do, I think. Oh my god, this thing literally, I don't know, I am not liking these forks lately because they just don't want to work the correct way. But yeah, don't know if this JCB right here can pick up. Oh wow, it can. I thought it could not pick this heavy load up, but gonna have to drive as careful and do not want to tip it over. And I almost did that in the landscaping video. It's pretty funny. I went to turn around and I almost tipped over the whole bobcat completely. So it's always good to drive at a low speed in stuff because you don't want to cause any accidents or anything like that. And it's going to roll right out of the truck. Wow. But I think we'll take a couple of loads because these sides aren't really that tall. And if you guys saw my last one, the collisions kinda did not like it. So let's turn this off. Whoa. Lower this, turn this off, and we'll take this load back to the shop. And yeah, hopefully we could go back to the shop, or we're just gonna have to load up this truck completely because these would like to move around in the bed. Let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, I think this is perfect. Awesome. At least we could take a little at a time. I mean, that's not much wood, but it still counts. And there's one piece of wood that I'm thinking might go flying out of the truck, which, I mean, not really. Oh, it fixed itself, which is awesome. That's good. But yeah, pretty cool mason dump, and I'm going to be making some more different types of dump beds and stuff like that. But we'll just dump it in the corner over here, and the local supply shop will come and load it up, and they'll take it over and they'll split these wood and use it and sell it to their customers. But yeah, pretty cool how we're doing this right here. Oh my god, that's like the third thing that I hit today. But yeah, let's head on back. Let's see if we could get another load. And yeah, so making firewood is pretty cool. I don't think you could split in this game. There is no log splitter, and I don't think that it's really possible to do that. So yeah, let's see if we could get a little bit more before we load up and call it a day. And like I said, we don't need to get the whole tree, just enough wood as we need. And I would like to get 2 loads. And this last load we'll head back to the shop once we that way we could end the video at the shop with everything back there. And I'm cutting this a little bit bigger than usual. pretty big. Whoa, but this will make it easier. Wow, this JCB is doing an amazing job. Whoa! The backs, uh-oh. Almost just took off the whole cab right there. Pretty bad thing. But I felt the Bobcat, I want to move this in just a little bit more. The Bobcat is a little front heavy, which it should be. Come on, stop moving, let me cut it. awesome. And just gonna keep cutting these up, and we'll get a load, and yeah. So wow, pretty good progress so far though in making some firewood in Farming Sim. Come on. Why are you keep moving? Okay, so I think that this will be the last one, and then we'll head on back to the shop and call it a day. Probably get 3 more pieces, which is fine. And like I said, these like to move around in the bed, which make it kind of hard to drive and stuff, so don't really want to put anyone at risk by having them fly all over the roadway and stuff. Don't want that to happen at all. So yeah. And what I like about this JCB is that the cab to the door is over here, so you can get out of the cab with this arm up, but with the Bobcat you can't. That would be pretty dangerous if you decided to do that in the Bobcat. But yeah, so we have taken 2 loads of wood, which is pretty cool. Not much wood, because like I said, these are mason dumps, and they don't hold as much as a rack body would, but I mean, it's still pretty cool. And we lost 1 piece, which is fine. Actually, we could probably get that piece before we head on out. And I wanted to hook the truck up to the trailer before I loaded this on. I think that's the smarter decision instead of having the tongue of the trailer just go up in the air with the weight of the skid steer. Not a smart idea, so we want to be safe, and I recommend that you take safety as a concern when doing stuff. And let's load this up this way, that way not all the weight is on the tongue, and especially when we got some wood like that in the bed of the truck. So gonna put these hydraulics down, and yeah, let's head on back to the shop now. And I feel like the truck's really heavy. I can feel it. The suspension is like, yeah. We lost that 1 piece, which I thought we would, but it was the attempt that counted at getting that one. And yeah, so whoa, this trailer likes to drift, and I think I know how to fix it, but I will see what I can do to fix that. That way it doesn't. But yeah, so we're gonna park this trailer right there, and I will dump this truckload of wood, and we'll call it a day. Uh-oh, nope, wrong key. And this is all done through the cab. Don't have to get out for any of that. Gonna dump it. Gonna shake the truck a little by just driving forward and then going backwards. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments on what you thought about this, and also let me know on what else you guys want me to do in the tree services. And like always, like, comment, and subscribe.